Hey, do you want to multi-stream with your friends? How about have a fancy overlay pop up for when you do shoutouts? You want to do all of this and for free? I've got you, or rather, pixelchat does. This magical website, pixelchat. Editor Ango here. I just wanted to add that I am not being sponsored in any way by pixelchat. I just wanted to share this with you all and make a guide to help you with setting this up for your own stream. Also, quick shout out to Nintendorable over on TikTok. It was her tutorial video where I found out about these features in the first place. So say you want to have a fun little overlay pop up on your stream when you use your shadow command, or maybe even show a random clip from the person who rated you. There's an overlay. Say you're doing a collab with your friends, and you want to multi-stream, but you're not quite a Twitch partner just yet. That's okay. They have an overlay for that too. And there's a multi-stream option. Or, do you want a little pop-up on the side of your screen that shows what song you're listening to, be it on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, all that fun stuff? They have an overlay for that. And so much more. Well, let's hop in. So first off, what even is pixelchat? So pixelchat is this cool website where you can create and host all kinds of cool overlays. And they even have this neat little captioning program in there as well to use on your streams. But the main section we'll be focused on today is the overlays. And over here in Create New Overlay, you can see all of the different ones we have here. Some of them are pro, but the ones that we're doing today are free. And as you can see here in the little corner, this will let you know which platforms they work on. There are only two that are platform specific, one of them being our Multistream one, that's Twitch only, unfortunately. And then there's one for Trovo as well. And then say you make a bunch of these overlays like I have here, and you want to use them, but that's a lot of browser sources. So that's what the scenes are for. And we'll get a little bit more into scenes in just a second, but it basically creates all of these overlays and puts them into one little neat browser link for you. And then one last stop is the Pixel Plaza, which is their little marketplace of sorts. There's a lot of free things in here as well. Some of them are paid, but it's basically a spot where other creators have uploaded their creations for you guys to use as well. Okay, so the first overlay that we're going to get into is the multi-stream overlay. This is kind of the beefier of the three, so we're just going to get it out of the way first. So what you'll do is you're going to go up here to Create New Overlay, and you'll just scroll down a little bit here to find Group. Like I did mention before, it is Twitch only. We're going to go back here and just use the one I already have made. So you can see a preview of it here in the top corner. The first little section here is Info. So this is just your title, your description. It doesn't really show anywhere else but here on your own pixelchat screen. Next is your style. So this is where you're going to pick your colors. You can change your background color, which is the purple, your text, and your accent color, which will be for the links. And then there are different themes as well. Right now I have it set it to bar, and then there's also slim, which is more like a little box. It compacts a little bit more. And then there's also regular, which is just slightly bigger. I personally like the bar. You can also change your fonts here as well, and it's kind of neat because you can type whatever you want in these boxes, like that, and it'll show you a preview of what the font in your stuff looks like whatever you're trying to type looks like. And then we keep going. We have display, so you can edit this as well. This I'm playing with, you can change this to whatever you want right here. And then something I have usually toggled off. Right now I have it toggled to always on, but for mine, I want to have it triggered by a command instead of sitting on the top of my overlay all the time. So this, you just turn it off, and then what you can do is you just set your command here, and then I'll show you in a little bit. I have set up all of my commands in StreamElements so that this pops up whenever someone types this in chat. And you can even edit how long it pops up for. You got anywhere from, like, I have it set to 10, or you can have it for 100 seconds if you really want to. Let's move that back down before I forget. And then here you can also, let me turn this back on so you guys can see it. Here there's also show multi-stream link. So this is going to be the link that will come into play a little bit later. But you can turn it off if you want to. So it's just I'm playing with, and then your co-gamer, their icon, their name, and then their Twitch channel. I will turn that back on. Boop. There we go. So how do we add people to our little bar thing here? So that's where these commands come into play, and you'll use them just in your Twitch chat. There is add to group and remove from group, so you can edit this for whoever you're collabing with at the time. Right now, I have it set to Miss Saris, who I'm collabing with this week, and all you do is you do exclamation point, add to group, and it's very important, do not have the @ symbol in front of their username. Just do just the username, no @ symbol, or it'll get a little funky. It won't recognize the usernames. And then once you're done, you can just remove them from the group, or you can add them back in. Next step, the multi-stream part. So that is going to be where this link here comes into play. You can just copy this link yourself and toss it into your stream, or if you are going to do like I did and have it in a command, it'll just throw it into stream so people can click on it. And once they do, it'll bring you over to your multi-stream. So what you'll see here is it actually auto-added Saris, since I already have her in my group. If you have more people, it'll do the same thing. And then say if you're having a huge collab or something like that, you can just click this little plus button here and add as many people as you want. But you can see here, you can see both streams. There is subscribe and follow buttons here. You can see Saris is streaming right now. So her chat is running, and you still gain points. I am still getting points in her channel, and I still count it as a viewer as well, which is the important part. And you just, like I said, you can add as many people as you want, and you can even edit how it looks. So if you do this, no more chat. If you do this, you only see chat. Or if you click on this box, it'll reload everybody so that you can see all of everything again. Or here, it'll pop out the chats as well if you want to host them separately. Okay, so next up is our shoutout overlay over here on the end. So we are going to do create new overlay, and it is right here at the top. And as you can see from this little thing in the corner, it does work on any platform, which is really neat. But I already have one made, so we're just going to click on the little pencil here to edit the one I have. Now we are on the edit screen, and it's going to start out just like we saw before. We have our info, so it's going to have your title and description. And then I'm going to go ahead and show you what my overlay looks like, so we have a little bit of context for the rest of these options here. So in the other section, there is a test shoutout button. It has a neat little jingle when it comes in, and you can see here it has a random clip, the person's icon, and then a little welcome message, shows what they were last streaming, and it has their Twitch URL. So we can edit all of these things. So first we have our colors. You can change all of the colors, including the gradient that you saw in the frames. If you don't want a background color, you just want text, you can toggle this switch here. And then there are two different themes. The one I use is modern, so that's more of a rectangular shape. Or there is also classic, which I will put a little picture of here. It's like we saw in the other one, that's more of a box shape. If you want to have round corners, you can do that here. And then you can also change your font, just like before. And then there is scale as well. If you want to turn off the option where it shows what they were last streaming, you can do that here at this little button. Or if you want to show their follower count, you can here with this. And if you don't want it to play a random clip, you can turn this on and off as well. So this bit here is going to be editing that big text we saw on the overlay. The only main thing you'll want to make sure to keep, and it has it here as well, just so you know, this is how it'll put the username of the person you were shouting out on the overlay. So you'll want to keep that on there. And then here is the command you want to trigger this overlay. And I'll show you in a little bit all of my commands that I have set up in StreamElements, so you guys can copy that as well. Here you can edit how long the shoutout lasts, so it doesn't necessarily have to be as long as whatever clip is playing. Right now, for the sake of the video, I have it turned down to 6 seconds. I usually have it around 15. And then here you can edit the sound volume, so this will be for both the clip and for the sound of it coming in. So there's a whole library of different options here. I use Chippy, which is this one. They also have some other ones here. Let's see, there's some really long ones, and then there's some shorter ones. Let's see, this one's really cute. It's called Cute. Or they have a few others. There's some short ones like Twinkle. And they have some other Ascending. And they have some really long ones as well. And these are all public files, so you don't have to worry about copyright or anything like that. And then here, if you want it to mute whatever clip it's pulling up, you can turn that there as well. Okay, so the last overlay that we're going to go over is the now playing overlay, which will show whatever music you're listening to, be it from Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, all kinds of stuff. So again, we're going to go to create new overlay. You just scroll down a little bit, and then right here we've got now playing, and again, it does work on any platform, so that's neat. And then we're just going to click on the pencil and get back into the one I have. Okay, so now we're on an edit page. This one's a little bit hard to trigger for an example, so we'll see. There it is. You can see it popping up there. It sort of just fades in and then it will go away here in just a second. There it goes. So we will start with the info. Again, title and description. And then you can edit everything. The background tint is the major part of the overlay you saw there that had all the text on it. And then there are 3 different themes. The one I use is small, that's the one that just popped up, but there's also large and minimal, which I will put pictures of here. They're all really good. And then you can have it have a transparent background, so you just see the little album and text, like how you saw in the second overlay that we looked at. Here it does have a drop shadow, so you can choose the opacity for that here. And then you do have corner rounding again, if you want to make it rounded edges. And like before, we have fonts that you can edit. And you can also set a max width. So, you know, some of those songs have really long titles. If you don't want it taking up a huge amount of space, you can just turn this on and set how many pixels wide you want it to be. Here we have a few more toggles. So if you'd like, you can keep it on at all times. Mine, I only have it triggering when songs change or when somebody uses this command here to have it pop up. And then here you can actually have it so it only triggers on command and not with song changes. So if somebody in your chat wants to know what you're listening to, they could just type in !song and it'll trigger the overlay to pop up. Here, again, you can trigger the length of the pop-up anywhere from 2 to 100 seconds if you really want it to be that long. I have mine set to 6. And then here is where you will set up the account that is tracking your stuff through. So here you have the mode. For me, since I'm on the free version, we have either last.fm or pretzel. I use last.fm because that way I can track Spotify. I believe you can also do Apple Music and YouTube in there. And then you put your last.fm username here and it will auto connect and it'll keep up to date with your Spotify anytime you open it up. Okay, so now we've made all of our overlays, but that means we have 3 different browser sources. For some people that's fine, but if you do want to combine that down into one browser source, that's what these scenes are for. So all you'll do is you'll come up here and click New Scene, and then over here it's this button, the little computer looking one. And then we'll just go ahead and edit this one since I already made it. And then in here you can see I already added all of our overlays. And all you do is you go to Add Component. If you click here, it'll give you the option to add in any of the ones that you've made, or you could even make a new one if you'd like. The other options we have are an image, if you want to toss that in there, or even external links, if you want to put other browser sources on here as well. And then you can adjust the size, you can move them around, put it in OBS, make sure that it's all lined up correctly. And then here you can also edit the scene settings. So you can change the size. I have mine as 1920 by 1080, just as default. And if you have a different layout or resolution, you can change that here. One last step before we get into adding our browser sources into our streaming program, I just wanted to go over the chat commands. I personally use StreamElements for my bots and stuff, so if you guys ever have any questions about their overlays, how to set up the bots, setting up commands with StreamElements, all that kind of stuff, just let me know, and I can try and make a video on those as well. But for this, we're going to go to chatbots and then chat commands, and then we'll just go to custom. And when you make these, you'll just click on add new command, but I already have a bunch set up here. For the shoutout, this is actually a template that StreamElements already has set up. I just added a few sparkly bits. But it just has checkout and then the person's username, followed by whatever they were playing, and then their Twitch URL. And then we scroll down a little bit more. And then here we have multi, and this is going to be what triggers the multi-stream overlay, along with giving the link so people can go and watch in the multi-stream viewer. Right here I am collabing today. You can watch us all here followed by the link. And I will make sure to copy these down into the description if you are a fellow StreamElements user and you want to just copy and paste these in. Though as a note for shoutout, I do have it set to moderator, just as a quality of life thing so people don't go spamming it all over the place. Welcome to the tunnel of doom that is OBS. I just wanted to do a quick overview of how you add browser sources, just in case anybody needed to know. This is the process for OBS. The process with slobs should be fairly similar. So you just come down here to the little plus sign, and then we'll go to browser, and right here you'll just create new. You'll see it pop up in the corner, and so you're going to put your URL here. And then here you will set your width and height. I usually set it to 1920 by 1080 just to make sure it's full resolution. And you can always adjust the size of the source itself later. And then here, I always click the control audio via OBS, especially for ones like the shoutout command where sound is involved, since some clips are a lot louder than others. But so doing this, you can put limiters and stuff on it so that it doesn't blow out everybody's ears. And then, of course, you have the shutdown source and refresh browser stuff. And you hit OK, and there it is. Okay, and welcome to the playing screen. So I wanted to pop over here so I could show you guys basically how it all looks once it's put together. So first we will start with our song one. So we will do exclamation point song. And you can see it popping up on the side there. And then next we will do the multi-stream one. You can see it popping up there at the top with all the information from before. And then you can see in my chat, it has posted the link as well. And then last but not least is the shout out. And I will just do my own. There we go.
And now that I'm outside, let me properly.
And you can adjust the size of these within OBS as well.
You are obligated to put in a fat.
There it goes. If you want to make them smaller or bigger, you can adjust the sources and everything like that. I have them all separated here, but again, if you go into the scenes, you can change the sizes there. If you have any issues with sound, especially for the shoutout one, just make sure you have it clicked so that you can control the audio within OBS for that source. And then if you still can't hear it, just make sure you have it turned on to monitor, because it won't always play it through OBS. Alright, and that's it. Like I said, there are so many different options available to you with this website, both in free and in the paid stuff. But I just wanted to show this to you guys so that you could use it and so you could have a guide for how to set everything up. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment it below or even join my Discord and I can help you out there. But I hope that this was helpful to you and will help you bring up your streams to a whole new level. See you later, Starpieces.